Hey guys, Kevlar Speedboat here. Gonna try a vlog. First one didn't go so well with that contained about my boat and having to get rid of it, so I'm gonna try another one. Giving the music video thing a break just for now. Kinda have some editor's block due to copyright stuff, but we're gonna just see how this goes. What I've done is I'm gonna show you today is I made a costume back in the day for one of my favorite wrestlers, and it was Kane. Like the whole idea of just the mask and him hiding himself because of the whole storyline and the face burning and setting the fire and killing his parents or whatever. So, really enjoyed that. Became my favorite wrestler, so I went out and I bought the mask and I was like, mask is awesome, I like it. Gonna do a little work to it, but I want a costume. I feel like I've gone this far, I've gotten the mask, that I'll go and I'll do the costume. So what I'm showing you today is my costume. I'm not trying to gloat or anything, but this is probably the best costume you will see out there on YouTube right now. Someone might post something later that could like totally blow my costume out of the water. If they do, awesome. Great job, but all the videos I've seen thus far are just either the descriptions are totally misleading or the costumes that they do have, they're not bad costumes, they're not horrible costumes. It's just the fact that they didn't really put a lot of effort, I feel. So I'm going to display mine. Basically, I'm going to start you off with the mask here. Bought this back, I'm going to say about 5-6 years ago from the WWE Shop Zone. It was only $8, about maybe $2, $2-3 for shipping and handling. I made a modification to it because I didn't really like the way it was designed. They only had this one little chintzy strap here that I hope you guys can see. And that went across here. Really didn't have a lot of support. So I basically took two pieces of elastic, here, the stretch band, whatever you want to call it, and I put two straps on it, one for the back that was better support, held on my face a lot more snugly, and I also added a chin strap. That way that the mask wouldn't rise up and you could almost see my whole mouth. It defeats the purpose of the mask. So I did that, and I took the original strap and I put that at the top, so not only would the chin strap hold in place form to my face, but it wouldn't pull the mask down where it was super low, so that's why I have the straps there. So when it came to the actual costume, basically what I did was I got Under Armour for the top, because that was probably the easiest way to have done it. And for the bottom I had to use spandex and leftover Under Armour, because I never found any like lower half Under Armour. So this is what I came up with. This is the top half of the Kane costume. Basically just took the Under Armour and pinned it together, made the design, cut off my left arm, be your right looking at this, and basically just cut that arm off, sewed this all together, put a lot of work into the top half because this was probably the hardest part to do, having to stitch these two together, pinning them and whatnot. I will say when you actually see this on me, which you'll see near the end of the video, that there's few things that you're going to look at and be like, wow, that's really awkward, and I'm going to point those out now. First thing is when you see this on me, the shoulder here that has the full arm sleeve, it cuts off abruptly. It should go over like the real costume, but I ran out of fabric of the Under Armour. I didn't feel like going out and buying a $10 piece of Under Armour for only a little section of the costume. Not only that, but the opening here, back in the day when I did make this and it fit me perfectly, the hole here for the side is small, so when you see that, it's going to look awkward on me now, but whatever. And the only other thing for this is that the streaks here, that there's not as many as would be on the original wrestler's costume. I thought that making it this way with the bigger streaks you'd get the idea behind the costume. It wasn't exact, but it was a pretty decent costume. So what I did was, with the extra Under Armour left from the top half for the red, what I did was I took the sleeve or the both sleeves, and I made the pants. Basically using spandex and using the leftover Under Armour. Didn't have a lot of time to sew the bottoms on as I did the tops, but it still came out good. Jagged, the stitches are not as well, but it serves its purpose. It's the full length of the spandex. So that would be the bottoms. When it came to his glove, I took an old gardening leather glove and I spray painted it black. It's a little big, a little bulky. Doesn't have a lot of good play in it, like finger-wise. I mean, I can make it work for what I'm doing it for now, but not too bad. And the black spray paint, I don't know if you guys will see it, but it's chipping off. That's going to be repainted. So with the leftover black that I had for the Under Armour, I made a wristband that he wears on the arm that's exposed. So basically just took the bottom part of the sleeve from the cuff and I just measured up a certain length and made a wristband. It's decent. It's at times tough to get on the side I put the stitching on, but it looks really good. And just, took the scraps to do what I needed to do with it. When it comes to the belt, I want the original belt, which I have here. I spray painted black. It served its purpose. It was a good belt, but it was just way too long, and I didn't want to cut it to ruin the belt because it would fray and then I wouldn't have a belt for it. So I went out later on and I bought a better belt. This one's from Hot Topic. Good belt, 10 to 15 bucks. Pulls off the costume a lot better, I feel. It has a better look than the original belt, so that's why I'm using this one. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'll put it on, show you. I'm going to even paint up my eyes so you can get the full effect. I'm going to let down my hair. My hair is long, so kind of the reason I've been waiting so long to do a video like this, but at the same time, that's not my main reason. This hair will be going to Locks for Love for anyone that's interested. I've been growing it for 2 years, and that's going to that charity, so some poor cancer patient can have hair again, and they can go out and whatnot. So what I'll do now is I'll cut the video, and I'll go put it on, get all ready, and I'll show you the costume from there. So hold on for that part. So guys, this is the finished costume. Like I said, the shoulder here isn't really complete because it's supposed to come down. As you can see, it's really short on the arm piece here, but all in all, I would say it's a pretty decent costume. Like I said, Kane's been my favorite wrestler for a long time, so I know a lot of his mannerisms, this is the way it looks. His belt really, like I said, complements it. Got to paint, like I said, I painted up my eyes. I'll show you that in a second. Because, that's one of the big things is when you paint up your eyes for a costume like this, that you do a good job. And as you can see, you can only see a little bit of my chin, like I said, like he was. My hair's all stringy and wet like he would when he would wrestle, and basically that's my costume. Please rate, subscribe, comment on this video. Tell me if you guys want to see more. I got other costumes I've done in the past that are pretty decent. I've got some toys that I've made from back in my day that I've made modifications on, I'm still working on, so if you want to see some more of these videos, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video and subscribe, or it's a choke slam for you.